Hi, my name is Caitlin Jaguar. I'm 23 years old, and I am from originally Michigan. Right now I'm living in Florida, the Villages, Florida. It is the largest retirement community in the entire universe, literally. It's all old people. I'm the only person under the age of 25 living here. They drive around on golf carts, which is fun for me. And scary at the same time because I feel like I'm going to get run off the road. I love Frank Sinatra. My secret hope and dream is that they make a musical out of Frank Sinatra songs. That is my wish, my one and true wish, and I want to be in that musical because I am the biggest Sinatra fan. I grew up listening to all the oldies, my dad, and all the classics. He would pick me up from school and Sinatra would be on, or Kenny G and the Clarinet, Aretha, Temptations, whatever. I grew up on that stuff along with musicals. So, here goes nothing. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. I love you. So, I've been into song, vocal performance, musical theater since I was like 5 years old. My first audition was for The King and I, which I didn't get, but kind of fueled the flame of desire. And my style is really classical. I was trained as a classical performance artist, and my teacher was classically trained, so I do a lot of operetta and a cappella. I've done Italian, I've done German, I've done French work, I've done Old English, and I really love musical theater. It's really kind of the backbone of me. I can't not be involved in one facet or another. It's just who I am. My love for the theater started at 5 or 6. My parents took me to my first show, which was The Phantom of the Opera. I can remember exactly what I was wearing. I was in this really gorgeous little black velvet dress, a little bow in my hair that matched black patent leather Mary Jane shoes, and we sat right underneath the chandelier, and it fell down on us, and it was the most exhilarating experience of my life. And I cried when we left. I don't understand why, but even at such a young age, identified with the character of Christine Daae so much that I almost couldn't bear to leave the theater. It was just so perfect. And that happens over and over and over again for me. First time I was in New York and saw shows, I cried leaving. Same in London and same in Paris. And I get so emotionally attached to the characters that are just, it breaks your heart. It breaks my heart. My inspiration probably comes less from people, but more about experiences that have happened to me. People who are in my life versus people in the industry currently. I'd say my greatest role model is Vivian Lee, the star of Gone with the Wind. She was, such a fresh face when she started that movie, and she was just so phenomenal. So why can't a fresh face, someone who's new, be just fantastic? It's a possibility. I mean, maybe not for everyone, but for some of us, it's possible. There's opportunities out there, and she just met the right people and did the right things, and I suppose this is me reaching out to meet the right people and do the right things to get involved in this industry, because it is such a difficult industry to break into. It's really hard to break into, really. So, influences / things that have happened to you question. Some of my biggest supporters in my life have been my family, and that's my aunt and my uncle, my Aunt Tina, my Uncle Tim, and my cousin Jeremy, and my cousin Benjamin. And they've been to every show, they've come to see me, they've traveled. And Ben is my best friend. He's closest to me in age. And he killed himself 2 years ago. I kind of almost cry thinking about it. But music was a way for me to relate to people again. I just feel like after the experience, everything is so much more emotionally connected. That experience broke that wall of not understanding to connect to a piece of music. Now I have no excuse. There's love and there's loss, and I've experienced it firsthand. The best experience was a show that I was in recently. It's a straight show, but Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are, if you don't know the show, on stage for 173 pages, and the show is 173 pages long. We talk the entire show, and it was fantastic. It was so on point, and when we were on, we were off, we were way off. It really made me learn how to be dependent and supportive at the same time. She didn't give me something that I couldn't give her something in return, and it was such a give and take relationship, and it was so fantastic. I can't express that enough. It was fabulous. My favorite part is the monologue that Rosencrantz does. It's affectionately named the Box Monologue. Have you ever thought of yourself as dead, lying in a box with a lid on it? Nor have I really. I mean, it's silly to be depressed by it. One thinks of it as being alive in a box. One forgets to take into account the fact that one is dead, which should make all the difference, shouldn't it? I mean, you'd never know you were in a box. It'd be like being asleep in a box. Not that I'd like to sleep in a box, mind you, without any air. You'd wind up dead for a start, and then where would you be? Apart from inside of a box. That's the part I don't like, frankly. That's why I don't like to think about it. I mean, You'd be stuck in there forever, wouldn't you? Stuffed into a box like that. If I asked you straight off, I'm going to stuff you into a box, would you prefer to be alive or dead? Naturally, you'd prefer to be alive. Life in a box is better than no life at all, I expect. You could lie there thinking, well, at least I'm not dead. In a moment, someone's gonna bang on the lid and tell me to come out. Hey, you, what's her name? Come out of there! I wouldn't like to think about it if I were you. It'll only get you depressed. I mean, eternity's a terrible thought. Where's it gonna end? Talked about professional struggle, 2. 1, being stuck in the largest retirement community in the entire nation, and 2, believe it or not, when you're pretty, people sometimes don't take you seriously. It sucks. Hard. I get written off for a pretty face. Like I have no talent. Or people want to hire you just because you are pretty, and they think you have no talent anyway, so they don't care. That sucks. Both ways suck. The last question, where you would want to perform. That's such a tough question. I've seen shows in every part of the world, almost, and I'd love to be on the West End, to be in London, and then have my show transferred to New York. I'd just give anything for the opportunity to stand in front of the people that could actually make or break a career. I could just leave you with one thought. It would be this. Do you remember in kindergarten when the teachers asked you what you want to be when you grow up? And my teacher, she was so fantastic. She wanted us to make it visual, not just verbal. And so people would cut out apples, and there were fire trucks and crowns, and there were princesses and firefighters and police officers, teachers, doctors, princesses, lots of princesses. But I had a little gold star, and it was lined in glitter, gold glitter, and it said, Caitlin wants to be a Broadway star. What the hell kind of 5-year-old wants to be a Broadway star? This one. This one. I can't hide it anymore, because it's the fabric of what I'm made out of. Music helped me through the hardest time in my life. It rose me up from depression and thoughts of suicide, and helped me find a way to reconnect to people again. And if I could do this for the rest of my life, forever wouldn't be long enough. I'd want to be reincarnated and do it all over again. And I don't, it makes me sick when people say I want to be famous. I don't want to be famous. I want to do what I love for the rest of my life. When I'm done pretending that I'm something that I'm not. My name is Caitlin, and I want to be on Broadway. I want to be on the West End. I'll do tours all over the freaking world. I don't care as long as I'm on a stage. Here's a little informal piece for you that I love. It's one of my favorite songs from one of my favorite shows. It's On My Own by Lingus. On my own, pretending he's beside me, all alone, I walk with him till morning. In the darkness, I feel his arms around me, and when I lose my way, I close my eyes, and he has found me. In the rain, the pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight, and all I see is him and me forever and forever. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. And although I know that he is blind, still I say there's a way for us. I love him, but when the night is over, he is gone. The river's just a river. Without him, the world around me changes. The trees are bare and everywhere the streets are full of strangers. I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life I've only been pretending. Without me, his world will go on turning. This world is full of happiness that I have never known. I love him. I love him. I love him. But only on my own. Thank you for your time. I hope to hear from you soon.